Hey guys, my name is Tracy. I am the Practical Prepper and I'm gonna go shop at Aldi's right now, and I want to take you with me so you can see what I'm gonna buy to fill my long-term pantry full of canned foods and items that hopefully don't cost too much. So let's see what they have today, and let's get to it. That's it. Aldi, here we come. Please be good to us today. We've got flour tortillas here, $4.99 for a 24 count, and they're super thick. We have almond butter here for $3.49. It's kind of a small container, but that's not a bad price, I don't think. And there's regular peanut butter over here for $4.39. It's a smaller container too. You can definitely get bigger ones for this price at Walmart, but if you want to go organic, there you go. Next we have strawberry fruit spread. I don't really care for that. I'd rather get these strawberry preserves for $2.49. Is my personal preference. Okay, this whole aisle here, all these kind of chips and snacky things, these are going to go rancid pretty fast, so those are not going to be in my long-term prepper pantry. So I'm going to skip this aisle. But we do have here some meat sticks for $1.99. I do like these kind, so this is a decent price if you just want to try out the different flavors. They have 4 different flavors here. Not a bad price. There's a couple of other beef cut type products here. Beef sausage, $4.09 for this pack. And there's this beef jerky for $6.49. So these are smaller packs that you could add to your pantry and they last forever. This is not for my long-term pantry, but it's a good price for cheese at $3.55. So I'm going to grab that for my regular grocery shopping. So don't count this one. I'm just going to check out what's in this next aisle over here. So we've got this buffalo style chicken mac and cheese. This is a meal for $1.89 for the can, and it's a pretty large can. So that's a decent prepper item if you like those. And the Progressive soup here is $2.18. That's way cheaper than the Albertsons in my area. So if you like those, that's a good one. Here's apple cider vinegar for $4.99. It's a smaller bottle and it's got the mother, so it's not a bad deal. And here's some avocado oil in a smaller bottle for $7.69. I think these smaller bottles can be great because they start to go rancid once you open them, so small bottles can be good. Vinegar for $3.79 for 1 bottle. I buy this at Costco for about $4 something for 2 bottles, so that's more expensive than Costco. Evaporated milk, 99 cents per can. That is a great price in my area because these can be several dollars per can. So I'm going to get that. Here is some flour in a 5-pound bag, and it's really inexpensive here. I think it's under $2. Let's get to the price over here. Yep, $1.95. That is a smoking deal. Here we have organic coconut oil for $4.99 for a smaller container. This is a great start if you can't afford the bigger containers. And that olive oil was $10.99. Whoops, I messed up on my recording, so we're just going to move on. This is foil. This is really not very much in here. The box is so light, and it's $4.39. So I'm not going to buy this because I buy it at Costco, and I think it's a better price there. Toilet paper. Okay, toilet paper is expensive everywhere, and I just hate buying toilet paper. It seems like such a waste of money. It's $15.49 here for this septic safe stuff. Laundry soap. This is a powder. This is a pretty inexpensive powder at, I believe it's $8.99. Oh, little washy lady. $8.99 for the bag. It's cheaper at Walmart to get some of this or some version of that. Paper towels, $8.49 for 6. So I think that's not bad compared to the toilet paper. It's a little bit better price. Sardines, 99 cents in mustard. And the other one is soy oil. I'm not sure how I feel about soy oil, so you make your decision on that one. I probably wouldn't buy these. This one's in tomato sauce, which I have not had, so $1.69. It's a large can, so that seems like a really good deal to me. I would consider that if you guys are buying sardines for your pantry. Okay, tuna. This is a good price here. It's 95 cents for a can of tuna. This is chunk light tuna in water. And the kind of that is in oil as well is 85 cents. So I think that is the best price I've seen in my area at least. Okay, here's another chicken noodle soup. These are really large cans, about, how many ounces is that? That's 18 ounces for $1.49. So in my area, that is a good price. And these are kind of meals in a can that you could just heat up. So these are great for a pantry stocking. If you like soups, I would pick these up at that price. And I'd also pick up these sort of ramens for $3.29 for 6. So they're basically around 50 cents per pack, which once again, in my area, that's not too bad. Your area, that might not be great. And here's a chunky steak and potato sort of meal in a can for $2.48. This is also a large can, 18.8 ounces. That's larger than your average can. So here's tomato soup, Campbell's, for about $1.24, I believe is what it's going to be here. And $1.24. Those are like double in my grocery store, so I'm getting a few of these here today. Cream of chicken soup as well. I'm going to get some of that. Cream of mushroom, also $1.24, so I'm going to buy a couple of cans of that for my pantry. Breadcrumbs. This is a pretty good size for $1.49, and I use these in my normal cooking, so I'm going to grab some of this. That's a good price. And macaroni and cheese for 59 cents. This is not, your Mac or your Kraft Mac, but I'm sure it's just going to be fine if you're in an emergency situation. So I'd stock up on those for the kids. Spaghetti. This is a 2-pound thing of spaghetti for $1.89, so it's less than $1 per pound. That is a great price in my area. Okay, tomato sauce. A lot of these are in plastic containers. They look glass, but they're not. They're plastic, and so that I'm not going to get, even though the price is good at $1.65. I would rather buy these here in the glass containers for $2.25, and they have several different types because that will be better for my long-term storage. I just don't like I don't know about this plastic and, if it's going to leach into the food. So for long-term, I'd rather buy these ones, even though at Walmart they had cheaper sauce, so I'd go to Walmart to get that. But here, this is what they cost. And here's an Alfredo as well. That could be a good one at $2.45. So just for some variety in your preps. Okay, moving on to salt for 79 cents. It's iodized, so that'll be good for about 5 years in your pantry. So goodbye. Here's some canned hominy in gigantic cans here for $4.68. So I know some of you preppers out there are into this, so here's a canned version that you could get and store for quite a while. And here's some pastas for 59 cents. These are little tiny bags, but they're a pretty good deal. And they have a couple different types. Here's an alphabet type, good for the kids. It's pretty cute. It would be pretty fast to cook too, since they are so small. Okay, here's some diced tomatoes with some little peppers in them for 95 cents. If you're into that kind of thing, it's a good deal. Anytime I can find a can for less than $1, I'm happy. So green chilies for 85 cents. And here we go. These are refried beans for 89 cents. So that's something you can consider putting into your pantry as well if you like those. Okay, and here are some prepper basics. Here's some pinto beans for not too much. That's $3.69, I believe, and $2.19 for these great northern white beans. So those are something you could stick in your pantry easily. Let's see, $1.39 for lentils, green lentils, $1.39. So I might pick up some of these since I don't have lentils in my pantry. I'm going to give them a shot, even though I don't like lentils. $1.65 for these instant oatmeal things. My kids and husband like these, so it's a good idea for your pantry. Make people happy. Steel cut oats are great to stick in your pantry for long term. They store for a really long time, so I'm going to get some of these today since I have run out at $2.89. And okay, 99 cents for the pinto beans. You can get light ones, you can get the darker ones. These are great for your pantry. 96 cents for whole potatoes in a can. This is a great addition to your pantry along with potato flakes, so I would consider adding these. We've got some green beans here for 75 cents, so that is a good deal. Anytime you see anything less than $1, it's great. I have passed by many things in this store that are not this cheap, so you do have to sort of pick your items and ignore the rest if you're looking to find some good deals. And here we have mixed vegetables for 99 cents, so that's just good to get some variety in your diet. If you're limited on space, you can get a few in an item here. And then we got corn for 76 cents, so another great one to add. Always be sure to watch out for dented cans. This one's kind of a severe example, but even minor dents aren't good. So tomato sauce. These lids aren't as good for long-term storage, so I avoid them. Even though these are a good price at 89 cents, I prefer to have the regular lids that don't have that little pull top on them. These diced tomatoes over here do not have that type, so these are a good buy at 89 cents without that pull top. I would definitely buy these, and a smaller can here for 47 cents if you like this size is a decent option as well. And here's some tomato paste for 86 cents. And it's never a bad idea to buy some just little gallons of water like this. This is for shorter term storage, but it's $1.25, so these are great to have around in a pinch. And some smaller water bottles are good to have around as well if you need them. I mean, at $4.99 for a case of these, I don't know that they're an especially great price, but you can pick them up. All right, instant coffee here for $5.39. That's good to have, makes people happy if there's some reason they can't have their regular coffee. Okay, beef is $6.99 a pound, even at Aldi, so it is not cheap anywhere, at least not here. And unfortunately, the line is really long. I hope they do something about this soon because this is awful. They've only got one person at the checkout counter and all these people trying to check out, and I'm way at the end of the line, so the line did end up moving fast because they brought somebody else in. And I have 3 bags of groceries. Here's my receipt if you would like to blow it up and take a look at it. So I'm all done shopping at Aldi's, and I got out of there spending $44. Almost all of it was for my long-term pantry, but I did buy a few items like cheese and what else did I get? Cheese, broccoli, and spinach. Everything else was stuff I bought for my long-term pantry, and I spent $44. So the cheese was $3 something, the spinach was $1 something, I believe, and the broccoli, I'm not sure. But I got a lot of things. I got 3 bags of groceries for $44, and they are heavy filled bags. When I go to my regular store near my house, I will have 1 bag and it'll be $80. So there you go. It's worth taking a trip to Aldi's and seeing what you can find for your pantry. All right, good luck with that, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Hey, if you enjoyed that video, I thought you might like to check out this video next. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time.